Hi everyone, myself Piali. Today we are going to discuss the structure of that earth from class 7, second chapter. Previous day we already discussed the structure of that earth, the three concentric layer, the crust, mantle and core. Today we are going to discuss that rock and minerals. So before we start this part of this chapter, at first we have to know what do you mean by the rock and minerals. So, a rock in any naturally occurring solid mass or aggregate of minerals or mineraloid matter. Again, I repeat, a rock in any naturally occurring solid mass or aggregate of minerals or mineraloid matter. Another way we can say a rock is a solid collection of minerals grain that grow or become cemented together. Okay. Every rock is made up with one or more minerals. So, a rock is a solid collection of mineral grain that grow or become cemented together, and every rock is made up with which things that one or more minerals. So, another question is arise, what do you mean by that minerals? So here is that answer, that minerals are substances that are formed naturally in the earth. Minerals are usually solid, inorganic, have a crystal structure and form naturally by geological process. Again I repeat, what do you mean by that minerals? That minerals are substances that are formed naturally in the earth. Minerals are usually solid, inorganic, have a crystal structure and form naturally by geological process. Okay. So in your book, that rock and minerals is that mineral are naturally occurring inorganic substance found in the earth crust. They contain a single or a combinations of elements. They have definite chemical compositions and physical properties. They may be metallic like iron and copper, or non-metallic like mica and sulfur, or even energy minerals like that coal and petroleum. So that minerals are many types, that metallic like that solid form like that iron and copper, and non-metallic like that soft form like mica, sulfur, etc. Mineral also divided into based on color, hardness, structure and luster. So based on color based mineral are divided, then based of hardness mineral will be divided, based on structure it will be divided. Diamond is the hardest mineral while talc is the softest mineral. Okay, so if I ask that which is the hardest minerals in the world, that diamond is the hardest minerals in the world, and talc is the softest mineral in that world. Okay. Now, that rock are combinations of various minerals and include all the solid materials of that earth crust. They do not have definite chemical composition. Some rock contain accumulations of minerals in large quantities which can be extended economically. Such rocks are called ores. So, magnetite is that ore of iron, and bauxite is an ore of aluminium. If I ask which ore that aluminium we can get, so you can say that from bauxite we can get that aluminium. Okay. Now next things is that the types of landform, drainage and soil found in the regions depend upon the type of rocks present there. Okay, based on that structure, based on their color, based on their hardness, that rocks are divided many parts. Okay, on the basis of their formations, rock are classified into three types. So based on their formations, that rock are divided into three types. One is that igneous, second is the sedimentary, and third is that metamorphic. So what do you mean by that igneous rock? So the igneous rocks, the term igneous is derived from the Latin word ignis, meaning fire. So the term igneous is derived from which language? That Latin word. Okay, it means that ignis meaning fire. The interior of that earth contain very hot molten material called magma. So interior of that earth is contained with which things? That hot molten materials like called magma. When that magma reaches that earth surface through that crack and crevice or through volcanic eruptions, it is called lava. Cooling and solidifications of molten magma either inside the earth or the surface result in the formations of igneous rock. They are hard and crystalline in nature. So what do you mean by that magma? Magma is that hot molten materials which is inside interior of that earth, that is known as that magma. when that magma reach that earth surface, that is known as that lava. Okay, when that magma come out on the surface, that is known as that lava. And by which things that is come out, that cracks, that through that cracks, crevices, or that volcanoes eruptions. Okay, that characteristics of that igneous rocks is that one is that igneous rock is too much hard and that crystalline in nature. Okay, that igneous rock are formed either below the surface of the earth or above it. So we can find that igneous rocks in that below that earth surface and above that earth surface both. Okay, the magma cools slowly below the surface of the earth, resulting in the formations of large crystals. These crystals rocks are called that intrusive or that plutonic rocks. Okay, granite and dolerite are good example of such rocks. So that intrusive or plutonic rocks example will be that granite and dolerite. That large crystals rock we can find in the magma cools slowly below the surface on that earth, that make that formation that magma in that large crystal. That large crystals rocks are known as that intrusive or that plutonic rocks. That example of the intrusive and plutonic rocks are that granite and dolerite. Okay. And another thing is that when magma comes out to the surface during a volcanic eruptions and cools down, the process taken place rapidly, resulting in the formations of the small crystals. So when that lava cool down rapidly, that formations of the lava is that crystal size is small, and that types of rock is known as that extrusive or that volcanic rocks. That example of that extrusive and that volcanic rocks are that basalt. Okay. In this part there is two types of rocks, two types of igneous rocks. One is that intrusive or that plutonic, and second is that extrusive or that volcanic. So again I repeat that what do you mean by that intrusive and plutonic? That intrusive, it means that when that lava is not come out in the surface, it cool down in that inside of that earth surface and make that large crystallized from crystal forms, that is known as that intrusive and plutonic. And that example of this igneous rock is that granite and dolerite. And when that magma come out in the surface during that volcanic eruptions and cool down, and process that take place rapidly, and that result in that formations of small crystals. When that crystal is size in the small, that type igneous rock is known as that extrusive or that volcanic rocks. That example of that extrusive or that volcanic rocks are that basalt. Igneous rocks are also called primary or the basic rock because all other rocks are directly or indirectly formed from them. So why that igneous rock is known as the primary rock? Because that all rocks are directly or indirectly formed from this rock. For that reason igneous rock is known as that primary or basic rocks. They make up a large percentage of that earth crust. So which rocks is make a large percentage of that earth crust? That igneous rocks is make a large percentage of that earth crust. Okay, make up a large percentage of earth rocks. So today is our topic or the discussion is up to that. Next day we are going to discuss about the sedimentary, metamorphic and the rock cycle also.